Welcome back everybody to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Before I start, the Darkness and the Darkness 2, or it might just be the Darkness 2, the game, is available for free on the Humble Store for a limited time. This is not sponsored, I just thought I'd point that out so you can get a free game. Anyway, let's get into some news. The developer of Deadly Premonition, Swery, who just make weird fucking whatever games, have announced a revival of their game that had a slightly botched first Kickstarter launch, and they're doing it again. They're doing another Kickstarter campaign, but with a lower goal this time. It is called, what is it called? The Good Life, and it is a murder mystery with apparently a lot of cat and dog themes because of reasons. But it's a very interesting looking game. It has a lot of different interesting mechanics. There's going to be a lot of photography involved in the game, amongst other things. Very hands-on in its murder mystery, open-ended exploration as well. And with a slightly tweaked art style from the original Kickstarter campaign that looks absolutely gorgeous. It's sort of slightly polygonal, cel-shaded loveliness. Think muted Wind Waker. That's what it makes me think of. But yeah, looks gorgeous, and with a lower budget, hopefully it'll come out. I'm just, I think that's a really interesting little concept for a game. And yeah, it'll come to PS4 and PC at the very least, and hopefully to other things as well. Anyway, next story. For those of you who are aware of the Pixel Junk series, there is going to be another one. And for those of you who aren't aware of the Pixel Junk series, they are fucking weird. There's no other way to describe them, they're fucking weird. Each little game has just completely different from the last one. The first game in the series, I think, was Pixel Junk Monsters, and that's completely different to things like Pixel Junk Eden or Pixel Junk Shooter. It's just a sort of name that the developers use to sell their games. It's very strange. But anyway, there's going to be a sequel to one of these. It is in fact a sequel to Pixel Junk Monsters. It's called Pixel Junk Monsters 2, funnily enough. And just like the first game, it is going to be a tower defense game. And they have released a lovely little trailer, which you are hopefully watching on screen right now. And my goodness, does it look really, really fancy schmancy. Got a brilliant little art style going on there. And, I like a good tower defense game just to keep me sort of occupied with when I'm bored. And this is going to be coming to PC, PS4 and Switch. And to be honest, I might be tempted to get it on Switch, I don't know. The only problem is on that though, it's going to run at 30 frames a second on Switch regardless of being in docked or handheld mode, but it will run at 60 FPS on PS4 and PC. That is confirmed, so I don't know. I'd like to play it on Switch, but I don't know if that little frame rate thing kind of puts a dampener on it for me. I don't know. I'm one for the higher frame rates personally. That's just me. You might feel different. If you don't care about frame rates, just, ignore the last minute or so of what I've just said. I might also like to see that kind of thing come to mobile in the future, mostly because a tower defense game is a really good little time sink, especially when you're like on a train or something like that. And yeah, I know you can play the Switch on the train, but it's a lot easier just to pull out your phone and play something like on that. But I don't know, the art style and particularly everything, the graphics about it, look a little bit too intensive for mobile systems at the moment, but maybe in a few years we'll get something like that. But regardless, it looks like something that we should definitely keep an eye on. That brings us to the end of this episode of the GC Informer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe or share, whatever you fancy. Our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord, where you can join in with our community, join in some chat, see what sort of positions we have open for people to join our team, and stay tuned to GameCast for our broadcast on the Saturday, 2 PM CST, for all of the week's upcoming content, which then gets released just sort of throughout the week if you miss the broadcast. but you can join in some live chat and have, you know, just a really nice time watching it all in one big meaty package. Love a good meaty package, I do. I'll see you soon.